Smaller and smaller, and just cancel next week's.
We actually did, because we've got to go to Cal.
All right.
How was this week at practice finish?
Been nice outside. Been beautiful weather. It's been good to not have the humidity and make that part of the grind. But it was good to get back on the grass Tuesday. The guys were great. I thought the effort was really good. Obviously, CJ getting the majority of the reps, so going through that. He's excited, but he's still young, so there's learning that takes place on the field. But, yeah, it was a tough loss, and it takes time to get over games like that. And so practice is the best way. That Sunday, Monday after a game like that suck. When you get back on the grass and start working towards the next game, it's very helpful.
In the past, you used to tailor weeks to certain phrases or words. I don't know if you still do, but I would think
Still
this
do.
week would be a little poignant for it. What was some of the rallying cry?
Oh, yeah, hard work is our core value this week, and finish is what we're talking about, no doubt. And it's been everywhere, said by everyone multiple times. And so, what do you do when things aren't working well? You don't stop working. You work harder, And for us, we just need to finish. And I think, there was some emotional drainage that took place during that 15 minutes where Grayson was down. And unfortunately, we didn't have enough left in the tank to finish that game. And so you got to fill the reserve back up, and that's what these kids, they're young. They're capable of that, much more than adults probably. But yeah, that was a tough window of time that sucked some of that out of us. And, I'm glad we get to play this week. I'm glad we're going to get back on the field and go compete and get back to it.
How do you get the players back in that mindset when they've gone through something so traumatic right then?
I mean, just talk openly about it, it was hard on me too, it's hard on everybody. It's parents, the fans, crowd, you name it. And I was proud of the guys for rallying back, like I said. And but Grayson being out at practice yesterday, cheering guys on helps, seeing he's okay. Not that he's okay, he's had a concussion, but that he's not as bad as he could have been from a hit like that. He's doing well, and seeing that helps, right? And so, man, he's going to be a good coach. That guy's really good at the game of football. So, it's good to see him get back that way.
Are there any guys who maybe have surprised you in the way that they've stepped up this week?
Noah Rogers has had a good week. Really good week. KC's had a good week on offense. Hollywood Smothers practiced well today. It was good seeing him running around again. Dante has really had a good week. He's getting better each week at tight end. I thought Terrente Hinton did a really good job at practice yesterday. I was excited about his progress. Kelvon McBride had a really good day yesterday. And so, seeing guys get better is one of the things I love about this sport still, and the progress that young players make. So those are just a few to
8
jump
o'clock
out.
game. I'm sorry, my apologies, sir. 8 o'clock game this week.
Yeah.
Just how geeked are you to have the nighttime crowd?
Well, I'm happy for the fans. They get a full day drinking. It's nice for them to enjoy that. It's been 3 straight early ones. It's kind of hard when you can just have a Bloody Mary and some eggs, and now they get the whole day. So maybe they'll stand up on third down and help us this week and be loud. I know students are usually phenomenal on a night game. And so it's supposed to be beautiful weather too. So all those things combined make for a good crowd. And all black uniforms look really good. Excited for the guys to break those out. They're excited to wear them. And it's a great team we're playing. They're 4-1. They just came off an overtime win. They got a lot of energy, good quarterback. It's going to be a good football game.
Do you think the ACC is maybe underrated because each week seems like you're playing really great teams in conference?
Yeah, it's always been that way. I mean, media-wise, there's just more pull from a network contract standpoint with the SEC. Obviously, the Big Ten Network's been what it has been for a long time. So I think it's been great football the whole time I've been in the league. It's never been a league that didn't have. I think our bottom is way better than other people's bottom. You look at some leagues and there's a lot of teams that just aren't very good. You don't see that in our league. It's competitive each week. There's a lot of close games. There's a lot of good football coaches. There's a lot of athletic players. And, some of these kids go to some of their schools because of the higher academics that you see, and they're really good football players at those schools as well. Yeah. And just as long as I've been here, I mean, the battles you see week to week with the teams that are fighting to get into bowl games, there's some really good games, man. You don't see a lot of blowouts.
Syracuse obviously had their shootout with UNLV, and I don't know if you prefer a shootout type of game, but the Stanford game is probably more of a defensive-minded, and they kind of blitzed a lot. Did you take anything away from how Stanford was able to slow down that offense?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to blitz no matter what. That's what we do. So that doesn't change with who we're playing. But we watch everyone's games. We study everyone's attack, and whether they're dropping 8 or blitzing or both. 3 down, 4 down, what line stunts work, what pressures, what coverages, what gave the quarterback or the O-line more problems. Holy Cross did some good things. They had 5 sacks. We watch everybody. And they didn't blitz hardly at all, So players got to do their job. We got to have good enough coverage to make him hold the football. We got to react well to screens. We know they're going to screen us, to help them with pressure that we might bring. And we got to mix it up. Tony does a great job. The games that he's called the best, it's a constant mix of pressure and drop 8, rush 4, bring 5, bring 6, bring them all, drop 8, and just roll it in disguise. And we got to do a good job of that. And the guys got to make plays.
I know it's the middle of the season, but was just wondering if you had any thoughts on the National Letter of Intents being eliminated
No.
this week.
I have 0 thoughts on that. Trying to win a game.
Rondé Gadsden's a unique kind of tight end.
Good player.
What did you learn from what he was able to do 2 years ago to kind of?
Nah, he was a good player. Big guy, catches the ball well, big catch radius. That was obviously, he was in Coach Anai's offense at that time. They moved him all over the field against us. He was in the backfield, he was in the slot, he was outside. Really versatile, obviously has a high football IQ to be able to manage all that stuff. And coming back from the injury he had, he's probably hungrier because you gain perspective on the game when you can't play it. A really talented guy. We have a lot of respect for.